I know the defense did not look great most of the season. However, if you're talking about that 3 to 7 point difference, obviously it was needed in 2 games. You get Michigan and Oregon into the mid 20s, a 24 or a 27 on the board, and not what they scored. Then look at the rest of the defensive efforts. Purdue didn't score when it mattered. Well, whatever they got at the end, 31, didn't matter. They had 7 at half. The game was over. They only scored 7 points when it counted. Michigan State scored a touchdown. Penn State scored, 24. The defense played a reasonably good game against Penn State. Nobody could, of course, Penn State couldn't run against anyone. Nebraska, 17 points. The point totals, aside from, and again, football is about showing up when it counts, and games are magnified so big that one game is like, okay, well, the season was a letdown because of Oregon and Michigan. But otherwise, I'm not selling the defense as being up to standard in the rest of this season, but it didn't hurt the team the rest of the season. It was those 2 games.
Yeah, I think to me, what is strange, I'm just trying to call up the schedule from last year on my phone here just to look at this, was the last 2 games going into the Michigan game, they beat Purdue 59-31, and they beat Michigan State 56-7. And here was Michigan State, a team that had beaten Michigan earlier in the year. So you kind of went into that Michigan game thinking they are honestly playing their best football right now and should go up there. And from what we've seen from Ohio State in the last 5, 10, 20 years is they're going to take care of business. And for whatever reason, it did not happen. And, I know we did shows on it at the time. Well, why didn't it happen and everything else? I mean, to give up 42 points, that's literally unheard of for Ohio State. I can remember what was the Indiana game, 52-49, maybe in Urban's first year. And then that Maryland game was like 52-51 or whatever that mess was, 51-50, or they went for 2 in overtime and didn't get it. And Ohio State slumped out of there with a win on their way to the Rose Bowl that year or whatever. But those have been the exception. Obviously, to give up that many points in this last 10 and 10 years or more, whatever it's been. So I don't know. To me, consistency is the hallmark of excellence. And in the Big Ten, as we keep saying, you got to be able to do both. You got to be able to stop the pass with Purdue, not that they're playing Purdue this year, and you got to be able to stop the run with Wisconsin and Michigan, which they are playing them. And so that's the challenge for Jim Knowles. He did it in the Big 12. He put together a stellar defensive team in the Big 12 in the face of all that offense that you face week in and week out. So if he's a big enough of a defensive guru wizard, as our friend Tim May might say, he's a guru, then I believe in his magical abilities. I'll just say that.